Hi everyone, it's Mel here. Good morning, welcome to the channel. Sorry if I'm whispering and you can't hear as well as usual, but Aaron's still sleeping in the back there and I don't want to be like really loud and wake him up. It is about 7:45 in the morning. I've just made my morning coffee, which I'm going to sit and drink. Today, this is the campsite edition of van life. We're actually staying at one of the best campsites we've probably stayed at since we've left. We don't do this an awful lot, so I thought it'd be cool to show you guys what kind of a day is like when we stay at a campsite compared with an off-grid day, which I'll do a little bit later down the line if you guys like this video. I'm just up, I'm still in my pajamas, and you guys might have wondered from my other videos how I dye my hair pink while we're on the road. Well, I actually put the pink dye in when we're at campsites, so that is why I'm up a little bit earlier than usual. It is a little bit blonder than usual. I don't think you can really tell, just because it's not quite well lit in here yet. It's still a little dark outside. But basically, I prepped it last night. I had a shower last night and I used these Maria Nilla silver shampoos, which are absolutely bloody brilliant, and it's really brought the blonde up in my hair. What I'm about to do is mix some crazy color candy floss, which isn't usually what I use in my hair. I usually use Maria Nilla Colourpop, but I ran out, so I called into a little shop in a shopping centre in Italy, and they did actually have Maria Nilla, but of course they had every other colour apart from the pink one that I use. So I'm going to try this. No idea how it's going to turn out. It's going to mix it with a bit of conditioner. And yeah, my morning is going to be getting this hair dye in. This campsite is really cool, so I kind of want to show you guys all around the campsite while it's early and hopefully no one's about. I'm not going to bring my big camera because, you know, I feel like a bit of an asshole walking around with this big giant camera, so we're going to go into stealth mode and I'll film this campsite for you guys on my phone. Hopefully the quality won't suffer too much. But yeah, I'm excited to show you guys this place. So I'm going to start sticking my hair dye in and I'll have a little chat to you guys. But as usual, before we dive into the video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you to those of you who are new. Really appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you are joining us for this van life journey. I'm actually so concerned though this isn't going to take to my hair at all because it is such a light pink, but I guess we will find out later. This campsite, as I was saying, is absolutely like super amazing. Like, this is the first campsite I've been to. We kind of broke the budget a little bit with this one. Our usual price for campsites is usually sort of like €10, and we went way overboard with this one. We spent €24, but like, I honestly can't wait to show you around. It's so cool. It has a restaurant, it has a little place where you can get coffee, it has a little playground for kids, but most of all it has a swimming pool and a jacuzzi, and I'm gonna hopefully get to show you guys that later. I think we're going swimming again. We went in last night and had basically the whole pool to ourselves, which was awesome. Today what we have planned is we're actually in a campsite right outside Venice. So I think there's a bus stop just outside here, so we are going to get the bus into Venice. I guess even though we're going to Venice, which is a little bit more special, this is still very much like an average campsite day. Get ready for the day and then we will adventure and explore wherever we are. This time we just happen to be right outside Venice. One of the things, I actually haven't seen a lot of people talk about this in the van life community, but we've had a really rough couple of days of homesickness. I'm actually from Northern Ireland and I've never left before for like uni or anything like that. Like, this is the longest that I've ever been away from home, and I guess I just miss home a little bit the past few days, especially the other day I ended up in the emergency room because I went over this weird looking, like, I'm absolutely getting tortured with mosquitoes out here. I don't know what it is. They must freaking love my blood. But I had this weird bite on my leg that didn't look like the other one, so I just went to the pharmacy expecting her to be like, yeah, it's just a different kind of bite, don't worry about it. But she sent me to the emergency room. I ended up waiting there like all day in this Italian hospital, and like, luckily they're really nice, but because of the amount of bites and my reaction to them, and also that weird bite, they give me a tetanus shot, they put me on antibiotics, steroids, antihistamines, so it's going to be a little bit of a rough week, I think. And I guess that didn't really help with the homesick feeling, but I am still very much enjoying it, do not get me wrong. It's just, whenever you're a little home bird like this, it gets difficult sometimes. Let me know in the comments if you guys have ever experienced homesick when you left for uni or if you're doing some van life. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to doing campers or in the process of doing campers. And one of the things I actually noticed is in the comments, especially in the comments on my banters, a lot of people were saying like, oh, I can't wait, I wish I could afford this one day. Like, I don't know if I've told you guys this, and I think I'll go more in depth in a different video, but like this entire van conversion cost us under £2,000, which is quite cheap, and then it was only £800 for the van itself. Yes, it's great. Like, I also watch a lot of van life YouTube videos, and you see these guys who have been like in these high-flying, high-rising corporate jobs, and they're like, yeah, I'm leaving my life and building myself a 100 grand sprinter or like 100 grand conversion. I did not come from some ridiculous corporate background where I'd saved a fortune and had enough. I just wanted to do this anyway, and I think, I don't know, I guess what I'm trying to say is, as much as I love watching those channels and good on those guys for doing that, like, you don't have to come from this big massive mega background to do something like this. Like, there is ways around it. And if you guys were on my channel before I left, you'll see that I was living a lot more of a minimalistic life. I was getting rid of a lot of things, selling a lot of things, and yes, it's a lot more difficult when you're on a lower income to do this, but if you cut down the way you're living, which most of us can, I know a lot of times we think we can't, but if you stop buying clothes, if you realise that the latest eye palette isn't really that important, you'd be surprised how much you can save. Even food and stuff, I got a little less pernickety about my food shopping and stuff like that, and cut down the money before we left. I ended up cancelling my gym membership a couple of months before we left. So I mean, there are ways where you can cut back and live this kind of lifestyle, even if you've come from a background in like sales or waitressing or whatever, which is basically my background. It is possible. You don't have to have been some high flyer, as much as that would be lovely because you've kind of made your money and then you can just go, but yeah, there's ways around it, and God knows what I'm gonna do when I get back, but let's not think about that right now. And I think that is probably the definition of living in the moment. Well, hair dye is fully in. I look like a crazy person. I'm gonna leave this to sit for a little while before I go to the bathrooms, and while I'm going there I will give you guys a quick little tour of some of this campsite. I think the rest of it I'll have to show you guys later at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm just going to finish up my coffee and eat this banana for breakfast. You guys may have already noticed if you watch other van life videos, the banana for breakfast is like the ultimate method because you don't need to do anything or cook anything. You can just have a banana and be on your way. I usually actually don't eat quite this early, but I need to take my antibiotic, so I kind of want to line my stomach a bit, so I'm going to eat this, take my antibiotic, finish my coffee, and yeah, let's go and I'll show you guys the campsite. I'm actually super disappointed by that hair dye. It basically looks like I just washed my hair with pink water. Like, I don't know whether it's because I mixed it too much, like I left it on for quite a while. Don't know how that happened, but anyway, hopefully I'll find some pink dye today and I'll get a little bit of a darker one and do it in the morning. Campsite is absolutely like super busy this morning. I think a lot of people are getting ready to leave, so I'm not going to do the grand tour just yet. I think I'll show you guys around tonight because last night it was really quiet around here and I'll feel a little bit less weird going around with the camera. But anyway, I'm just going to try and find somewhere to hang my towel up because it is absolutely soaking, and then I'm going to finish my makeup. I actually keep my makeup really minimal while we're traveling. It might not seem like it, but I literally can't even remember the last time I wore foundation. So if you guys want to know anything about like what makeup I use or anything like that, let me know in the comments. But yeah, I'm just going to do a little bit of makeup, hang this towel up, and I will be back. Okay, so now I feel a little bit more human because Hum is a Mel without her eyeliner. So yeah, now it's time to get Aaron to get out of bed and go and enjoy our day. Made it to Venice. eat out too much whenever we're traveling. Italy is a little cheaper to eat and dine in, so we've been treating ourselves. That place was great. And yeah, this is kind of a typical day. It's a little bit special because it's Venice. It's been a little more expensive than usual. But this is a standard kind of campsite day. We just got before we leave. Oh, it's dry. Yay! So we are just back to the van, back to the campsite after Venice. I'm actually pretty tired now, but it turns out we have walked like 20,000 steps, which isn't unusual for like a campsite day. We'll usually go out and explore during the day. So that works out at about 13.5 kilometers. So there'll probably still be a little bit more on top of that just from like zipping about the campsite and stuff. But yeah, that's not unusual. One thing I've noticed is anywhere between sort of 10,000 steps will be like a lazy day, and then up to sort of 20,000 just kind of like a standard campsite day, because I don't know, I don't think we really want to waste these days just like not doing anything, because you can do that whenever you're in a car park or whenever you're parked anywhere. So we tend to use campsite days to go and explore. In the other countries like Belgium and Holland and Germany, we tend to eat like a lot in the van. Like we only head out maybe like once a week, but in Italy we've nearly been out like every single day just because it is so cheap. But I got a few little things that I will show you. I spent way too much on this chocolate, which I shouldn't have, and I kind of regret it, so I'm gonna eat it until I don't regret it. And I got this little magnet for my magnet collection, which again is something I actually forgot to show you guys in the banter, so I'll give you a quick little peek at that. I'm really annoyed the only place I forgot to get one so far was in Switzerland, but I pretty much got one from most of the other places we visited. And then Aaron got me these little merino glass earrings, which I think merino is produced in Venice. But yeah, no, we had a great day. I've been to Venice before, but I do not remember it being like as crazy busy as it was today. It was so busy, but I mean, we basically walked around the entire place, which was great. So now I think the plan is probably to relax for a bit. I'm gonna show you guys the campsite shortly, because as we came back in I realised it's a lot quieter now and I feel less weird kind of going about with my phone. So I think I'll go out, give you guys a peek at this campsite, and yeah, we're just gonna chill for a bit, maybe play some Nintendo Switch, and I'll be back to show you dinner, I guess, when it's time to make dinner. See you in a sec. And on the inside of the door here, this is my little magnet collection. So starting from this side, this is the UK. This one, it's like fallen off, but I do have the Lady in the North. I just need to stick it back on. Bakewell, Bruges, Amsterdam, Holland, Cologne, Frankfurt. And then I just need to place this little one here. And there we go. Campsite. This little part over here is like a bar restaurant thing. You can have breakfast or lunch or dinner, and there's a little shop too, which is pretty cool. And here is the reception. We're just gonna get some tokens for the pool. I might get a little bit of filming in the pool as long as it's empty, but we'll see. So we got these little coin things for the pool. I'm gonna go there now. There's sauna, pool, jacuzzi. Here's the pool from the outside. Looks like Probably will get some footage in there because it's empty and we'll have the whole pool to ourselves again. This is just the freaking pool shower really. It's got a hair dryer. It's got a full shower setup. And there's a toilet in there. Yeah, we're gonna go in the pool. Now this is the pool and jacuzzi, and look who's relaxing in the jacuzzi. In this place, there's showers for we get out of coat. There's also a sauna that we're making use of. So yeah, we're gonna go in there now after a little swim and then go get ready. Here is probably the best bathroom any campsite I've stayed in. So these are like all toilets down this side, all showers down this side, and the showers are freaking amazing, as you've seen earlier. You can come up here. And there's hair dryers, hand washers on both sides, and yeah, coolest campsite. Shower. This thing is freaking amazing. That's my bag of stuff. It's my little wash bag. You guys might remember. I've got all my bits and bobs in there. So I just got back from the pool and Aaron is whipping up some dinner. What are you making, Aaron?
Egg fried rice.
Like I had to think about it for a second. So we're having some egg fried rice for dinner. I've just been on the phone to my mum. I normally call my parents like once every day or every other day. I'm a little home bird. I love to speak to my family. And yeah, I'll show you this dinner when it's ready. This is where you can come and do your dishes. And this light will turn on for me. This is the laundry room, which is a little expensive, but I think I'm going to do some hand washing in these little hand wash basins tomorrow, which is free because I don't have an awful lot. So I'm just back from doing the dishes. There isn't really much left to do in the day. I'm going to be up a little bit later just because I need to take my antibiotic at I think 1 AM, so I'm going to be up a little bit later. That is basically a campsite day. Tomorrow will probably be a little bit less interesting. I'm going to retry dyeing my hair after the failure of today. And I think I want to hand wash some stuff. We did a whole load of laundry the other day, so we don't have an awful lot, but while we're at this campsite I might hand wash some of the stuff that we've used over the last couple of days just so that it's done when we're ready to head off and go a little bit more off grid again. But yeah, so for the rest of tonight it's basically pretty normal. It's kind of like being at home. We get the tablet set off, watch some like Parks and Rec or Modern Family or something that we have on the tablet, just get the bed out, watch that and go to sleep. But that is essentially a typical day at a campsite. So thank you guys so much for joining me. It was really fun having you guys along. Let me know if you have any comments, thoughts or suggestions. Leave them in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. It really does help the channel out. And I'll be back very soon for another upload. I think definitely soon I'll do a more off-grid version of what life is like whenever you don't have this 5-star amazing luxury of a campsite that is slightly over budget, but this is what you can get for that price and it's been amazing. So yeah, thank you for watching if you've made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next upload. Bye guys.
I'll raise a glass to you and you'll raise a glass to me, and when the